What's up, gamers? We're the Skyblock Scrubs, and today we got an absolute banger of a video. It is how to get Terminator in a month. So Gunner Mutt did it, and pretty impressive. Definitely takes a lot of time, so don't expect to just be able to run it like super easily, but you know, you can get it in a month if you spend enough time to it. Keep in mind, he was in school during this whole month, so it's not like a ridiculous amount of time that you have to spend. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Firstly, I would just like to tell you all why I bought Terminator. So my first reason was I bought a Juju bow and I went over to reforge it, put spiritual on, and this reforged stone alone cost like 1.6 mil. I was like, dang, that's expensive. So I go over to put it on. My Juju's already recommed and it costs an extra mil, and I'm like, no, I will not stand for this. I need to find a bow with a cheaper reforge. And as you can see, Terminator has the hasty reforge, which cost me like 25k. So there's one of the reasons I got it. The next one is that in terminal phase 4 of the terminal phase, you have to shoot those emerald blocks. And I had to move my cursor like 3 centimeters every single time to hit a different one. And that just took eons. So I bought a term so that I can just go up and down, and I only have to move lateral about 1 centimeter on each side. So that's insanely clutch. And the last reason is that I was like, I'm too good at Skyblock, so I saw that the Terminator divides your crit chance by 4, so I was like, that'll make the game so much harder if I have a Terminator. I will have to just sweat so hard with my crit chance divided in 4, so those are the main reasons. Alright boys, I'm going to admit it was a very complicated process to get this Terminator. It took many hours of mental stress and sweat. I just frag run for a stupid amount of time, and that's literally it. Just did a lot of frag runs. So I'll show you the statisticals on that. So just from frag runs, no other money aside, in 15 days I made 266 mil, with my average being 18 million a day, although on day 5 I went off and got 31 mil, so that day it was not a bright day for me. Woke up at 5. Not one of my finest moments, but yeah, so in 15 days I got 266 mil just from frag running, and the stats are a little scuffed as 10 days of that was the dark age where I didn't calculate laser eyes, so, or superior fragments, and I got a lot of those. So if I had calculated those, it would have been an extra like maybe 10 mil. I mean, it's not that much, but I mean, it's 10 mil, so definitely helpful in the grind. And you may be asking, wait, but 266 mil in 15 days, if I do the big brain math on that, that's only like 500 mil. And you would be correct, but you are not counting any of the other Floor 7 I played, or Ender Slayer. Ender Slayer is actually pretty clutch, and I'm going to bring that up later.
The Void Glooms weren't for money, although they made a bunch of money. So he got about 100 mil from Void Glooms altogether. Just doing it to get to the Ender Slayer to use the term. And then on Floor 7s, he made an additional about 80 mil when we did them, because he was making like a mil a run, and then occasionally he got like 1 for all. He was doing mainly frag running, but keep in mind he was doing some other stuff too. So you're not going to quite get there doing the exact amount of frag running he was, but you could always just do a bit more, or you could just do like 4-7 and Void Gloom. So keep in mind, if you're going for term, you don't need like the full 800 mil to get like a pretty max term. You could just get like 700 mil, and then once you have 700 mil, start doing Enderman, because you'll get about 100 mil doing Enderman Slayer.
And I would just like to add that I was doing tier 3s, and tier 4s are the sweaty, profitable ones, but tier 4s, as Joe Bro can attest to this, tier 4s are super obnoxious. You gotta sweat so hard, and you can't like even talk to anyone. It's really annoying doing T4s. I would advise T3s, as I mean, I still made 100 mil from T3s. And once you get good enough at them and you get an atom split, it's super easy. You can do them in like 30 seconds, and it's just a joke. Alright, and my average for frag running was maybe about 2 to 3 hours a day, which maybe like, oh, bro, that's so much frag running. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it is, but if you are dedicated enough to get a term, then you're willing to do that much frag runs. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not ready for a Terminator, and you don't know what Skyblock is about. The whole point of Skyblock is to grind, and I did grind, and you will grind too if you want a Terminator. You're not just going to get handed 800 mil. And so Void Glooms. Void Glooms was honestly the most daunting part of this whole thing for me, because freaking Void Glooms are obnoxious and everyone hates them. And I mean, I do hate them too, and it's my least favorite part of Skyblock. never mind foraging. You still exist. You're still the worst. But void glooms are really annoying to do, and early before you're like good at them, they're man, it is a struggle. But I did void glooms like 3 hours a day for like maybe 3 or 4 days, and then that's when I got good at them. And then I did it for like 2 hours a day for another 2 days, and I got it. So void glooms are a grind, but nowhere near the frag run grind, because it's slow at the beginning, but then it speeds up after you can kill them in 30 seconds instead of freaking like 3 minutes.
So he had 200 mil to start, but you have to wait. So 200 mil would take you about an additional 10 days. So if you're starting from scratch, if you're starting from nothing, obviously you would need money for your gear and crap. But assuming that like you don't have spare money in your purse, it would take you about a month and 10 days, which is not really that much of a difference worth really like noting early on. But yeah, I just want to make it clear. And then also, when you're actually doing the grind, he spent about 2 to 3 hours a day for about 25 days. So it would just be like 2 to 3 hours a day for maybe 35 days for you. And then it would be the same for the Enderman Slayer for both, because it doesn't matter how much money you have before that, as long as you can afford the Enderman setups.
And I would just like to add that if you are going for Terminator, you're either a total scrub who doesn't know what he's doing and you're not going to get a Terminator, and that's when you're starting off with 0 coins. But chances are, if you're getting a Terminator, you're going to sell your other setup. Me, I'm a little pansy, and I was like, I don't want to sell my Scylla or my Storm, so I kept all of it. And yeah, you're probably not going to want to do that, honestly, because, I mean, it's a really annoying grind. I'll admit it, it was not the most fun thing, but I mean, you got a bright light at the end of the tunnel. But you're probably starting off with some money because you're going to sell your previous setup. If you're out here freaking keeping a giant sword with Terminator, like, what are you doing? The whole point of Terminator is that it's the best thing in the game. So if you're out here with some sort of like good burst setup, you're like, oh, I want to be a burst Terminator archer. Yeah, you might want to rethink that and sell your burst setup for your Terminator grind. So you're probably going to be starting with some amount of money. Another thing, I just want to add some frag run tips that I learned from doing, like, I don't know, 1,000 frag runs, something like that. It was too many. So first of all, I would advise using Badline Client. It's just really helpful. The main thing is the mini map. You know, as soon as you enter a room, you know, you can see where the wither door is, and then you can go to the opposite side of the room and start clearing from the opposite and work your way towards the wither door. It makes runs so much more efficient. So also, I would queue for a floor 2 and put your notice frag run. Noobs are like, frag run, what does that mean? They'll join. If you say freaking like free carry, they might join, but so many people have been scammed by the free carry thing that saying frag run honestly works faster in my opinion. You want to have your command saves in chat. So you want to have /warp forge and then /warp space dungeon _ hub, so that as soon as your frag run's over, you warp forge, you warp back to dungeon hub, and you go in. There's no need to disband the party, although I would, if you have Badline, I would re-party, and mine's just V, so I hit V, re-parties. The person will either join the party again, and you don't even need a queue again, or they just won't join, and you'll just queue, and it's fine. So that's really helpful. And then, I mean, if you have a Juju bow, then go Archer, obviously, but pretty much any other class, go Berserker, even a Hype Mage, because you get the speed buff, and the speed buff's really nice for clearing rooms. And then also, sell Diamante's handles as wither chest plates, or you can look around, like gold ore boots are like super efficient, but then you realize, wait, who out here is going to be buying 5-star clean gold ore boots? Not many people. So what I would do is buy wither chest plate. You can even 5-star it with the essence you get, and that's a lot of money. You can sell your essence, and then with Diamante's handles, make it into a Necron chest plate. Easy money.
And pretty much everything else you just want to sell in groups of 8, because they go for more money per.
Alright, let me give you a little insight of when the process was going, how it was going, and yeah, you'll see that.
What's up, boys? It's Gundermud here. So I'm going to be giving updates through the Terminator grinding process. So today I did the calculations. I need 412 more million coins. So I should have that in 32 days if I get 13.2 mil a day, which means I need 7 Diamantes handles a day minimum. And I have the handle and stats over here, so that'll be helpful. So I'll be giving updates periodically throughout the grinding process. Alright boys, it's day 4. This is Gunnermud here, and my luck hasn't been that good today as I have 55 Jolly Pink Rocks, but I'm gonna get my quota. I have 640 mil. I now calculate laserized pink rocks, glasses, and livid frags into the profit. And I sell Diamantes handles as Necron chest plates, and buy Wither chest plates, and I sell them as Necron chest plates. It makes much more money. Alright, I'm done with frag running. It was like 50 hours of frag runs, and now I'm doing void glooms. I just bought an 800 mil setup, so this should be fun. Boys, so I just got Ender Slayer 7, and that took absolute eons. Now I'm gonna sell my crap so I can buy the Terminator hopefully tomorrow.
Thank you, Scrubs, for watching this one, and I know it's a lot of information thrown at you at once, but if you want to join the Discord server, we can share the actual doc with all the real numbers on it to prove it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and comment your favorite type of foot fungus. And we stream every Friday and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time, so join for those.